Dear audience, are you all ready to welcome our next guest? Yeah, the next guest for today is Shilpa Mehta, who is the founder of Shilpa Story Rack. She is a storyteller, author, oral tradition enthusiast, and she brings laughter and light through stories. Welcome, Shilpa. We started with River Kaveri from Karnataka to Tamil Nadu and then listened to River Periyar of Kerala, and we also listened about the Holy Ganges. Now let's travel northeast to know about three sisters who originated in the abode of clouds. So, dear audience, type in the chat box the name of the state which is called the abode of clouds as we invite Shilpa Mehta to narrate her story about three sisters. Go ahead, Shilpa, and rock.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Priya, for that introduction. And thank you very much, Spectrum, the Awareness Project, to choose such a wonderful theme on World Storytelling Day, which also coincides with, yes, World River Day. All right. So I am going to take you somewhere. But before that, just close your eyes for a moment and imagine a land wrapped in mist, hills breathing quietly, and somewhere in that silence, water is waiting to be born. This is a story from the hills of Jawai in Meghalaya, the abode of clouds. Many centuries ago, in a small village called Mulang, there was an old woman. Her hut, oh, it leaned more than it stood. Her roof sang every time the wind passed. One day, on a crisp spring morning, three beautiful maidens came to the village and walked up to that ramshackle hut of the poor old woman. Under the clear blue sky, their beauty and charm seemed to transform the hut into a palace. One of the maidens was Du. He asked the old woman, "Will you let us stay with you?" "Stay here? This hut is worse than a cowshed. You will ruin your clothes just by sitting." Another one, Tang, said, "Please let us just stay with you. You just treat us with love and care. We don't need anything else. These other things won't be a problem." Hearing this, the old woman could not refuse and welcomed the guests into their house. And just like that, these three strangers became daughters. "Don't leave me. Leave me only when I'm dead." Days turned into months. The maidens would not let the old woman do any work. They cooked, they cleaned, they laughed, and every time they said, "Ma," something inside the old woman fevered. Anyone who saw these three maidens instantly fell in love with them. Many rich men came to marry them. They didn't show any interest. So the suitors, they just went away. Surrounded by her three daughters, the old woman spent her days very happily. One day, under a sky lit by fire and stories, the maiden, Rem, said to the old woman, "Ma, today we will tell you about ourselves. The three of us are sisters, but we are not princesses. We are Dev Kanyas, the daughters of gods. Our father, Swargsai, is the heaven above, and our mother, Bijali, is the lightning that you see in the skies. We three sisters were sent to earth for a special purpose. This land of yours is indeed magnificent. We want to help you in some way, give you something that will bear fruit and provide sustenance for generations to come." The old woman held their hands tighter. "No, don't leave me, please." But the three sisters vanished into thin air. The earth trembled, and opened. The villagers gasped in surprise as the land beneath their feet split in three places. Water split out and began to flow. Three rivers were born. The first, Mitundu River. She didn't rush, she didn't roar. She circled Jawai like a mother wrapping her arms around her child. They say she was once a maiden who chose to stay, to protect, to nurture, and to hold. And even today, she flows not as a water, but as an embrace. The second, Maitang River, flowed north. The villagers say that if you sit quietly by her banks, she listens and she heals. But like a whisper that says, you will be forgiven. And the third, Ram River, she carried something deeper. Say she was born from tears, tears of courage. These rivers, they do not carry water, they carry stories. Near the Mitunde, there is a place called Ka Situng Kaser, the golden flower. Then once there was a mother working in a field and her little boy was playing nearby. And just for a moment, she forgot to look back. And in that moment, everything was gone. The river claimed her child. And many days later, unable to carry the weight of her grief, the mother walked into the same waters. And then something strange happened. A golden flower bloomed right in the middle of the river. Even today, people say it is not a flower. It's a memory that refused to fade. Myattang River has its own enigmatic tale. It has magical powers to heal because of its source hidden deep within a sacred forest. And villagers often speak of its water as holding mystical energies. And Umran ah, two sisters planned to come down from the heavens to Meghalaya. One sister came down and realized that the other one has not come. She waited and waited, but the sister did not come. And the sister who had come started to walk on. She missed her other sister so much that she burst into tears and she wept for days and days until her sorrow lightened and all, all her tears formed the Umiam Lake. Because sometimes love has nowhere to go except into the earth. So tell me, when you look at a river, what do you see? Water or stories flowing? And even today, in the hills of Meghalaya, these rivers are not mere water sources. Villagers respect them. They honor them because they know these rivers are not only rivers, they are the guardians of nature, embodying environmental consciousness. Yes. So let's keep them deep and worship. कहते हैं ना जो मानो तो नदियां माँ है न मानो तो बहता पानी सिर्फ बहता पानी है कि नहीं so this was the story of three sisters who became rivers and are still nurturing Meghalaya and its ecological ecosystem. Thank you.
A story about three sisters, Shilpa. Yes, when we look at a river, we see only the stories flowing, and that there is no doubt all the audience also would agree with us. So, Maintu, Mentang, and Umiram rivers, especially how this the third river, Umirem, formed out of the tears expressed through love, was so mesmerizing. And let these rivers flow and nourish the entire part of Meghalaya. Thanks so much for bringing up such stories from Northeast, which are not heard so much. So we are all, blessed to hear such stories from a different kind of place, so different rivers. Thank you so much, Shilpa.
Thank
Yes,
you so much.
dear